I'm Braden.
I'm Dan.
And I'm Andrew.
It's weird having an empty spot there.
Yeah.
Like, I had to think about it for a second.
No Zell tonight because we recorded last night. So no Zell tonight. Just a little power hour with the boys. Back on the Bud Lights. I'm back. Yeah. I was standing with Kid Rock as a fan before. I'm a big Kid Rock guy.
As a fan?
Really? I would assume
as a big Kid Rock fan.
Buddy,
Right.
I would assumed you're a big Dylan Mulvaney guy.
Well, I was torn. I was torn.
Yeah,
I was torn between two camps. My music.
Well, he just dropped his song too, so you gotta like, what would you rather listen to?
Kid Rock.
Yeah,
Well, is Dylan Mulvaney a singer?
He just dropped a song.
Fuck. Shit.
No.
I didn't know that.
I swear, it was all over Twitter for a while. What's that bearded right-wing dude's name?
I don't know.
Which one?
What's that dude's
Steven
name?
Crowder?
No, not Steven Crowder. He's like almost worse than Steven. Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. But he was posting shit all about it. It was hilarious.
Who fucking cares? But yeah, I got the memo.
He made the documentary. What is a Woman?
Yeah. No, isn't that Crowder?
You know who I'm talking about?
No, yeah. I know the guy. I know the guy with the glasses. Yeah. No, I don't know. I can't remember his name.
He's got his own like children's cartoon and stuff too. And it's just like it's like, listen,
that sounds horrifying.
you know what? I'm glad you're as convicted as you are, but at the same time, it's like we know your comments.
Oh yeah, dude. I was like, who is that interested? I'm just saying, I've never seen anyone more passionate who knows more subject matter about like that stuff than that guy who's actively activists against it. What's his name?
I guess. I don't know.
Anyways.
Just why are we that concerned with the way other people live their lives?
Listen, I just got the memo. Listen, I'm just live Kid Rock. Kid Rock told me Bud Light's not gay anymore, so here I am. All right, I'm back on the Bud Light.
He's been drinking it since he said it was bad. Like, there's so many photos of him drinking Bud Light after he was like,
I guess he's friends with the is it Anheuser-Busch? Like a family member of theirs, I believe. I don't know. I was listening on Rogan, and the guy reached out to him. They mended fences and had kind of, we need you back, Rock.
We need you.
We need you back, Rock.
you need to come out of retirement. Just one more time. One more
Bud Light. Drink responsibly.
We need the American badass.
Yeah, a big Kid Rock guy. I always joke about that because my parents went to like a Kid Rock concert. Listen, I'll tell you what, if you have parents that are like 6 years old and they've gone to the Kid Rock concert in the last 15 years, I guarantee you from the time they've gone to that show, they've never shut the fuck up about the Kid Rock concert and what a good concert it is. Never once. Literally, you'll be like, oh, we're going to a concert. And they're like, oh, who are you going to? And you'll be like, oh, 50 Cent. And they'll be like, you know who you should go see? Kid Rock. That's a concert. Kid Rock. Oh, and then they just do this whole thing. Oh, Kid Rock. I'm like,
buddy, your dad takes his fucking butt rock extremely serious. Like, I remember we switched the radio station from Nickelback to a little soft rock.
Fucking furious.
Right? Oh, my God. It was game over, buddy. Little James Blunt in the afternoon just to kind of mellow things out. He lost it.
Yeah.
Just don't change the radio.
Yeah. I'm in charge.
You hear that?
I'll break.
They're talking about sex.
Touch those dials again if you want to lose a finger.
We're adult men working with my dad. And that Animals by Nickelback comes on where it's like, just a couple animals. We're parked up by the car. And my dad's like, you guys know what this is about? We're like 22 years old. We're like, yeah, we can listen. He's like, listen to the lyrics. Listen to them. You know what that's about? We're like, yeah, wait, dude.
Talking about sex.
Yeah,
that was
like we're the target demographic.
Honestly, that's like, just so you guys are aware, that was the birds and the bees talk for me. My dad just sat me down. He's like, hey, listen to this. And he fucking just turned Nickelback on to like just so loud it hurt. And he's like, listen, do you hear?
Do you understand
now?
Do you see?
I was like, yeah.
Like, my God.
And you're divorced now?
We're just a couple of animals.
I never witnessed that.
I lived my life by that song for the first, through my first divorce. Yeah, it didn't work out. I wonder why.
Happens to the best of us.
Right. Live and learn. I got some, you guys see this fucking Kate Middleton shit? We don't talk about the Royals very often.
Oh, you mean rest in peace,
Yes.
Kate Middleton?
Yeah, she's gone.
Man. Zombie
dead.
Kate Middleton.
Yeah, she's dead.
Clone.
I saw the
Clone
hand
Kate
signs.
Middleton?
She was throwing up gang signs in that one
dude,
fucking
it's
people's
bizarre.
right. So now people
And they're
know
all
she's
like,
dead.
It's
all
really
It
weird.
is super weird because the further like it's been trending nonstop, blowing up. They're like, where is she? And they're just like fucking quiet. And then they have just today.
You got to redo that in Batman, your Christian Bale Batman voice.
Where is she? Where is she? So then like, and then just today, what's the fucking I don't even know their name. Phillips, Rogers. Which one's the prince? What's married?
Prince William?
Yeah, that's the one.
Prince
Listen,
William.
I'm not a big
Harry's the other one.
Royals guy. So my apologies.
What? You don't see them every time you're in the fucking checkout at the grocery store
No,
on every single fucking magazine
No.
cover?
I don't.
Oh,
I'm too
man.
busy looking at the romance.
Aren't they on your
novels.
money?
No. Well,
No.
the queen was.
Yeah.
Yeah, was.
Yeah.
Well, she still is, but she's
What did they replace it now?
Yeah.
Goose? It's on there now.
The choices were between goose
Beaver?
and moose.
A fucking beaver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get some fucking northern animal.
It's better than having Illuminati symbols on our
we
money.
got none of
right,
that.
It's not.
pal?
We don't
not.
have any. We don't have any prediction of the two
100%
towers
not.
coming down on our
It's
money.
better.
Illuminati's way
Yeah.
cooler.
No.
1000% cooler.
We got the Royals.
But like today, fucking Prince William's pictured. They're like, oh, here he is with Kate Middleton, and then they show the pictures like zoomed in. They're like, you're like, that looks like a fucking stand-in. That does not look like Kate Middleton at all. Yes,
Really?
and
Was
Let's
that the
see a
one where
picture
they're
of it.
like they're out like on a date?
Yeah, and
or
they're, like,
something,
strolling, and then people are like-
this stuff has started to leak into my feed. So I'm like,
and
oh
they're
my
like,
God, what the
that's
fuck
not
is
her
this
at all. And then they're posting, they're like, keep like posting all these photos of her. And then people are like breaking down. They're like, this is clearly edited. She's edited into this picture. Where is she? Where is she?
the next thing
I'm
you're
not-
going to see her like in a window at whatever castle they live
I'm
in.
not
And she'll be like
completely right
waving
up
from the
on
window.
that.
It's a little puppet. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, she's
They're going to
fine.
weekend at Bernie's her out. She's just fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not completely right up on it, but I thought she had some kind of like surgery. Like she went into some type of surgery, I thought. And then like, I don't know, it came out here. I don't know. And then it's like they released that photo. They said this one's been edited or whatever.
There's
and
a
then
weird
she put out a
There's
statement.
everyone in the photos like fingers crossed and she's throwing
And then
crips.
so like I thought her camp or she did put out a tweet that said like, oh, I'm an amateur photographer. I was just trying to whatever. And so people are like flipping out about it. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, okay, it's really weird that either they just don't care. Like the world's like, this is dumb. Like
What?
this is the dumbest thing ever.
I'll just play into it.
But also like, well, yeah, why can't she just like go
Yeah,
out
or just like
and,
shoot a
know.
selfie like, yo, princess here. What's up? What's going on?
Yep.
Totally,
It's your
I'm totally
boy.
fine.
Because they're the Royals. They're above that shit. They don't have to. They don't
That's true.
bother themselves with the
Yes.
fucking
Yeah,
that's
peasants
true,
and their
yeah.
bullshit, right?
Uh,
Like, why would you?
But the interesting thing is like people. So like it's I love it so much because like not very often do we get to like delve into like fucking UK insanity and like it is wild how
I
much.
mean, we are part of the UK.
Yeah,
insanity.
not as much though. Like not to like this level.
Not after she's
Like they're
up
like
the honeymoon.
oh my god, they princess Diana'd her. They princess Diana'd her. And then people are like, show where is she?
Well, look at the track record though, because even with the other one from Suits, look what
Yeah,
they did with
Meghan
her.
Markle.
Markle?
Yeah.
Markle?
Yeah, but in
What was
You
it?
gotta
They
warble
released
her
a
last
photo.
name.
They released a photo today, and it was like a family photo with like the late Queen, and it was with Queen Elizabeth, and it was like
You imagine they
"Oh,
released
this
that
has been
like,
edited."
hey, see, she's good. She's
Yeah,
here.
right.
She's right here. The
She's
Queen's
right here,
in
you
the
see?
background.
They said like, oh, this one's been edited, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what is happening? I'm like, of course it's been airbrushed, and these things have been edited. They're all like PR photos. I'm like,
It'd be you could use that picture as recent as long as you turn the Queen into a Force Ghost, right? Like I figure that would happen with the
Yeah.
Royals. Is when they die, they come back
Yeah.
as Force Ghosts.
I wonder who's losing their fucking job over this. This is
Oh,
supposed to be
dude.
like, you're
Well, it's
fucking
bringing
fired.
so much. Like, it's been trending for 3 days straight. Like, the Royals, where's Kate? Kate.
Oh, longer
Yeah.
than 3 days, I think. Right? This is
They
like
probably
weeks now. I think.
Loving it because they're relevant again. Like, who
Yeah.
gives a shit what's
So
going on with
weird.
these people? To be
Yeah,
honest
that's
with
why.
you,
My thing. It's why.
Yeah, but
like, why do they even exist anymore?
they're just rich people
Yeah.
now. It's just like
That's
they're
what I mean.
normal rich weirdos. Like this
Yeah.
is really what they are. And
Like,
I-
do
I
you
don't-
even like? Here's a stupid question. Do they like? What are their last names? I don't fucking.
of York.
They even have last names?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, shit. That's a good fucking
Your Majesty.
Well, I looked it up. Their last name is Mountbatten Windsor.
Yeah, Windsor.
Hyphenated.
Mountbatten Windsor? Terrible name.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, it's hyphenated.
Yeah, they're the Windsors. Like, isn't it Elizabeth like Windsor? Like, isn't their last name?
Windsors?
Like, actually, their family name.
Yeah, that's what we found out.
Interesting. I had no fucking.
Yeah.
I had zero fucking idea.
I didn't know off the top of my head, but when you said it, I was like, oh, yeah. They're the Windsors.
I haven't been tuning into keeping up with the Royals, I guess. Like, I don't fucking.
All I know is, man, that like that the king.
Watch some more Top Gear.
He's got the worst case of sausage fingers I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
what's reaction? All that adrenochrome.
Like, it is. I'm like, those look like bratwursts that are about to split on the barbecue.
Johnsonville brats.
He's had those for a while, though, right? He's like,
guy's got a fist full of Johnsonville brats.
Just little fucking, it's gnarly, dude. When you see him in pictures and you see those things, you're like, oh, like they look like, oh, they're just terrible. You could replace his fingers with the Johnsonville brats, and no one would know. You would have. It's a tough look. That's going to be the cover. That's going to be the cover of this. When I clip this, it's just going to be those fucking sausage fingers that guy has. Same with his brother, Prince Andrew, the diddler. To be honest, those are hands I would not want to be diddled by. The big old fingers.
Let's not get diddled at all.
I'm just saying, if I had a choice, if I was a kid and I had to pick out that, if they had me tied up at Boho Grove and they're like, so choose.
Weird. This is taking a weird turn.
You're like, not Prince Andrew. The other thing I want to talk about today is also like huge congratulations to Putin on another successful election, another landslide victory. I mean, you know what? The West should take note. This guy's won. He's 25 years straight. What is it, like 8?
What is 25-0?
Democratically elected leader of Russia.
Absolute landslide victories.
Republic of Russia, they call themselves now.
0 into I mean, come on. States, have you guys even had you guys you keep having a revolving door of one-term presidents right now? Like, this is ridiculous, right? We should look at the West. Even us in Canada, our guy's been like 10 years or something now. Feels like
like that.
Feels like 10 years, right? But I laughed at that. It's like I saw all these clips on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called now. And it's like people like showing up to the ballot boxes, walking up and then just dumping ink into the ballot boxes and just getting hauled away by the KGB.
I was like, I don't know. Have you guys ever been so mad at an ex that you're like, I'm going to go get a witch to put a spell on them? Death spell? Ever been that mad?
An ex?
Yeah.
I would imagine that our exes felt that way about us. Yeah. So that's why we're all bald.
It's very. I was reading an article the other day, and it was apparently. So this is from like a couple of years ago. Like, there was this pediatrician that basically got arrested for hiring a hitman to kill her ex-husband, as you do. It's normal. Yeah. But now her lawyers have released new documents in the case saying that she allegedly wanted to put a death spell on her ex-husband, like before she hired the hitman. Like, this is like, and
it didn't work.
No, almost. I don't know. Maybe he hired a counter witch.
He's like, he wouldn't eat the poison apple.
It sounds brutal because it's like she the document said that she wanted to put a death spell on I guess her ex-husband Rick Crabtree after he was awarded full custody of their 2 kids.
That's listen. Okay. You know how fucked up you got to be to lose the custody of your kids to your husband
when you're
right. Like,
well, obviously, if you're like you got to you're the kind of person who's going to try to put a death spell on somebody. So.
Like, here's a question: do we know?
Are you going to give full custody to Voldemort? Like.
Well, do we know what this guy looks like?
I do not know what he looks like.
Because what I'm curious is I wonder if he has all his hair. Because maybe she couldn't make a hair doll. And that's why it didn't work. Maybe that's we're impenetrable to fucking hair dolls now.
Yeah.
Or it's going to take a really long time because you got to use all those little black and curlies.
The little beard clippings. It's just not as powerful as a spell.
Yeah. Apparently they pulled the records off of like WhatsApp. Like she like texted this person who described themselves as like a spiritual healer. And I feel like she just knew, like the person just advertised himself as a spiritual healer, you know, okay, like, you know, home remedies, like all that kind of normal stuff. And then she's like, hey, you know, oh, you got ginseng. That's good. Yeah. You know, some of that ginkgo biloba. Yeah. You do death spells.
Yeah. Wait.
Is this where I buy anthrax? Do you have any of that?
How much ginger to kill my ex-husband?
You know, you got a little bit of that Avada Kedavra. Like, wait,
fucking,
what? Excuse me?
I love those. Like, because you said Avada Kedavra, there's a fucking TikTok that I love. I'll try to find it and send it to you guys. It's just this guy, and it's just like, if I was Harry Potter. And then in every scene, it's just like, Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Avada Kedavra! Like, anytime he's met with any kind of opposition.
Hey, buddy, could you go ahead and empty out the grease traps?
It's like Harry Potter, the boy who lived. Avada Kedavra!
I would argue, though, the trick would be to use the Cruciatus curse to make somebody else do it.
Yeah.
Right? Because then you're fucking, what are you going to prove it?
Yeah.
They don't know.
I just Avada Kedavra, everyone, just fucking. Whatever. You've already done it once. Like once you're in, like in for a penny, in for a pound, right? No witness. No witness.
Stop. Once you pop, you can't stop.
No witnesses.
It's the law of the Pringles. You know.
Yeah. Once everyone's Avada Kedavra, no one's Avada Kedavra, right?
Right.
I don't know what happened.
Wonder, is there like a spirit bomb of Avada Kedavra where you just get every like
I don't know. Must have been some CO2 or something. Carbon monoxide, the silent killer.
It's called sarin. It's called sarin nerve gas. What is it? Apparently the United States military is developing portable UFO detection kits. Like you can, like the size of a suitcase, you can just like throw it down on the ground, like throw it out there. I was just reading about this where the new acting head of Arrow, since they kicked out Kirkpatrick, which we talked about it a while ago. So the Pentagon apparently, which this is great. They're calling it. They're making this little portable detection system, and it's like a bunch of little it's like just a little case that's got like a bunch of sensors that sit inside this case, and they're calling it the Gremlin. That's what they're calling it. It's like the official name of it.
It's a good name.
Good name for a car, you know, and the portable UFO detection device, I suppose. And this, so. I guess like their idea is like they're going to throw these out there because it's like this is the idea to collect more data, because that's what Arrow's always been like. It's like we need more data, so it's you know, and they haven't called up Eric Bard.
It's a weird one to do because you have a briefcase thing, and I'm like, and can we all buy one? Like I just feel
that's what I'm wondering. It just says like they're testing them. Apparently they're testing them somewhere in Texas. Like they're testing them on a range in Texas. And I'm wondering if you'll just be able to go out and get them because you know, they've been processing reports. Like in the article I was reading, it's like, so the Phillips guy, the Timothy Phillips, who's the acting head, said that they have 1,200 cases reported to his office, like so far. So on average, he gets about 100 new cases every month, which is nuts. Which is like just the fact that it like 100 new cases make it through probably like their little filtering process to get to the, and you're like, holy shit.
Such a missed opportunity. I mean, like, why couldn't you use remember like the little toasters from fucking Ghostbusters? Would have been way better.
Oh yeah.
You fucking shoot that thing out, step on the pedal, gets your fucking UFO.
It kind of reminds me of like there's that like Ghost Finder app that people use, and I fucking hate when people like I watch YouTube videos and they're like, oh, we're using the Ghost Hunter app. I'm like, it's obviously that, like, how does your phone have a radar device that detects ghosts when you download an app? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I was like, obviously, it just randomly makes a ping when you're moving. Like, like for sure.
Like if you don't, you have no idea how the internals of that app work. So it could just be generating images. It'd be like, yeah, that's a ghost. Like it could be faking them. Or, you know,
the new iPhone doesn't fucking pierce the veil.
Oh, dude, have you ever seen your phone on the fucking baby monitor?
Dude, it's terrifying. You're seeing shit floating all the time.
Next time you're in there, look on your. So when you're sitting in your kid's room, I didn't realize it till it was Jamie. I was watching Jamie on the baby monitor. She's sitting with Roman, and I thought she was taking pictures. Like it was like flash, 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 flash. flash, 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 flash.
Oh, it's just the IR laser you're talking about?
The IR scanning your face in the dark.
Yeah.
Just, it looks like it's a flashlight going off like every 4 seconds. And I'm like, holy is that good for me to get blasted?
That's like when you watch the Roomba. Like when you watch the Roombas go around and it's just like a laser light show. Like it's just shooting out all its little laser detectors or whatever.
At this point in my parenthood, the fucking baby cameras are just for show. Because like, listen, if there's anything on the other end of that thing that's scary,
including
it's terrifying. That's what I'm saying. Like even sometimes you look at your kid and their face is all dark and their eyes are glowing, and you're like, no, not going in there.
Babies looking
right. Like I don't know,
rocking back.
Speaking
and forth.
of
why is everything 1,000 times scarier on?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah,
it's the truth. It's
that low light camera, like whatever that is, brutal, terrible.
One of my favorite things about ghost detection technology is when it's branded now. But back in early Ghost Adventures days, back when you had Zach Baggins and his crew, they had like they had their little speak and spell thing, right? And that thing looked like it had just been like hacked together or whatever. I watched this show. It was Expedition X is like the new one, and that one they've got their own little spirit box, the spirit box that everybody's got, but it's like they hired a professional prop maker to make it. It's got branded. It's got like this like metal X on it, like the imprinted, like carved out here. It's got 2 little like LED things on the side that like go up and down, like detecting sound and stuff. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Wow, you can have your own for the one low price of $16.99, man.
I know. I'm like, why you had somebody make this whole thing? This thing's probably cost like, a good $200 to make, and you could just bought one off of Amazon. It does the same thing.
Yeah,
are we this is Power Hour? There's no after hours on Power, right? All right, well, this is making the main feed then. So yesterday we were bathing the kids and fucking I got a 4-year-old and an almost 1-year-old. Well, actually an almost 5-year-old and an almost 1-year-old. And everybody's having a fucking blast, right? Boys in the bathtub, having a good time. My oldest likes filling up his mouth with a cup and water gunning fucking water out his mouth, and he's doing that. He shoots stuff, having a riot. Yeah, until his little brother shits in the fucking bathtub and he doesn't notice, and he's just fucking filling his cheeks with shit water, shooting it, and he's like having a good time. And I notice the shit, and he notices the shit at the same time. I notice the shit, and just instantly projectile pukes in the fucking tub. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So then you got a couple fucking turds floating in the bathtub and then a pile of vomit. And it's the most chaotic fucking scene I've ever been a part of in my life. Screaming for my wife with 2 kids in my arms that are fucking slipping around everywhere. It's so disgusting.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The aqua dumps are quite funny. The first
kid instantly barfs. He's like, no, fucking.
Yeah.
Oh,
my kid, Jamie, like sent a video of like Roman. He stands at the tub and you'd be like, sit down. And he just stands there.
Nope.
And then he just aqua dumps, sees, and is like, ooh, new toy. And just like goes for him, right? So Jamie's trying to wrestle him in the tub, wrestling these the turds from him.
Oh man, it reminds me of fucking Delirious. G.I. Joe was swimming in the water.
it's quite.
Then a big brown shark came.
Yeah, it's quite wild. Babies are fucking just savages, man. Yeah, they're so weird, savages.
Man. They just get worse. They get weirder as they get older. Yeah, they're just fucking.
My guy just fucking diaper comes off. He's just flicking his ween, just going. You're just like, easy there, man.
Oh wow, just like a doorstop, eh?
Yeah. You're like, dude, that's not going anywhere, man. Like, just chill out, relax.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt, dude. It's gonna fucking hurt. That's fun.
Babies are. Listen, I don't know how anyone has 2, let alone 3. I can't.
Buddy, there's people that listen to this podcast that have like teams. They have their own fucking starting lineup.
Yeah.
Don't understand.
It's quite wild. I don't know how they do it. I've one and I'm like, oh my God. I think what it is once you start having more than 2, you can just start neglecting them because they start raising themselves. So then you can just really be hands off because you're just like, whatever. They're their own little tribe and community now. Just let them do their thing.
Well, you need a farm, I think, right? That's what the purpose of having these large families. You just put them out to work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And you lose one to the fucking Black Plague or some shit, and you just have another one.
I've already thought, honestly, because like when I was a kid, the chores I had to do was like fucking the lawn. and like weeding. And I'm like, now as a parent, I'm like, you know what chores my kid's gonna do? Fucking laundry. Like I'm pawning that shit off.
The monotonous
right?
shit.
I'm pawning that off. I'm gonna teach you how to wash, dry, and fold. And I'll take care of the lawn. Like the lawn, like why my dad ever gave up the lawn to us?
I don't mind the lawn. The lawn's not a problem. It's kind of relaxed, especially now that you put a podcast in.
Yeah, my God, you're out there for an hour and a half, right?
Terrible.
You know what I mean? Just looking at get a nice checkered pattern.
Problem in this, the problem in this day and age is affording a lawn. Like that's the fucking obstacle.
I got one, buddy. I got one.
I don't.
Move here.
I don't.
You can sell your place. You buy
No
a
way.
bowling place here.
Fuck that. Can't be landlocked, buddy. I'd be
What do you mean landlocked? You're not landlocked.
I can't escape.
What do you mean? Yeah,
It's an island.
Huge fucking island, though.
I'm just
An Alcatraz.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's basically
Thank you.
jail.
Pretty much.
In the grand scheme of things, there's no different than living on the Alcatraz, Vancouver Island.
Couldn't do it. There's sharks.
Yeah, there's like dog sharks, I think. But I don't know if they attack people.
Not just normal sharks. Dog
I don't know.
sharks.
That's what people call them. I don't
Dag
know.
sharks.
I caught one fishing once, and I was like, "Looks like a little great white." They're like, "That's a dog shark," and everyone was like throw it overboard, and like no one really cared. And I was like, I was a little worried, and no one seemed to. They seemed more annoyed that I pulled it onto the boat.
Oh. It would have been cool if you could have put it like really far away, and like put it to scale and like put yourself even further away. So you're like beside it and you're like, oh yeah, look what I caught. Like
Well, that's what
Jaws.
people they buy the little finger hands to put on their
All right.
they put on their fingers. So when they hold the fish, you hold the little finger hands in front of the fish. So it looks like you're holding and you hold
that's
it way
smart.
out. So it looks like you're just like, oh, look at that beast.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool.
So it's a good thing to get fishermen.
Boys, have you guys ever watched a show Alone before?
I've seen it. That's where they just like
No.
it's the competition where they go and they just see how long they can live by themselves.
In Alaska.
Oh, okay. I know
And
what
they got it. So the goal is you make it 100 days and you're
Right.
you're the last guy, you win $1 million. And at the station, this block, it was the only thing it was stuck on TV. We couldn't shut it off. And just everybody, I've never seen so many people more invested in anything in my entire life. Like people would leave to go do a call and they'd come back and be like, what's the update? And you'd have to fucking fill them in. And like, that was the rule. No spoilers, because in case you watch it's fucking amazing. Such a cool show. This guy, he's out there hunting. It's like 50 days. And there's like, shit's already frozen. So the fishing sucks. Like you can kind of ice fish, whatever. Not a lot of large game around. He's out in a boot, runs into muskox.
What'd you say?
All right. Takes his boat. A
Muskox. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, muskox. Runs into one of those, shoots it with his arrow, hits it in the ass. And it's like, is it going to wound it? Like, is it enough to kill? Like, I don't know. Follows it for hours and hours. And it's like, this guy's been fucking starving for I don't know how long. Fucking like 4 hours down the road. He goes like first person shooter because he's on a GoPro and all you see is his arm and a knife and just literally runs this fucking thing down and Rambos it. Just runs up and just fucking stat and kills it. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And you see it like first person.
Cool. But Peter loves
right?
that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pete is not into it.
So-
I mean, listen, like it's fucked
It's
up, but
survival.
at the same time,
He's
like
gonna
you gotta
die,
live,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
How long do you
Speaking of hunting,
how long do you think how long do you guys think you would last?
I could not make one night at the top of Knox Mountain. I mean, I could probably make 2 nights in the Walmart parking lot. Like, there's no way I'd be fucking toast.
I'd probably be like shitting my brains out by like 3 days. Like just dying.
Yeah, that's a
Lots of guys do that because of the fish, man. The fish make you shit. All that
Yeah.
fat.
I'm just like, I would not. Yeah, I'd probably get
Go
some
all
kind of
dysentery
weird.
Gary and
Yeah,
have to
I'd probably
tap
get
out
some
right away.
weird bacteria, stomach bacteria.
yeah.
or something.
I'd probably die from some berries. I'd be like, I think these look good. They taste good. You're like, ah.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of killing giant things, right? So I saw this article the other day. That was pretty awesome. Here the headline is: Man pleads guilty to felonies after breeding giant sheep hybrids in Montana. So
Wait, what? What's
guy
the
maintained
fucking?
a
What's the crime? That's not illegal. I thought America was free.
Oh, it is legal in Montana. Oh yeah, no.
You gotta live in Texas, man. You can have whatever the fuck you want there.
This guy, it's the felonies. He's like charged with like 2 felonies, right? And they carry the charges up to like 10 years in prison and a $500,000 in fines. After he's been doing this apparently for like 10 years trying to do this. He bought some genetic material from like a type of sheep from like Kyrgyzstan. And I guess he started breeding these giant sheep because he was going to sell them to like hunting ranges. Right. And that was like, that was his whole like scheme.
Yeah, he's like, you can't miss these ones.
And so I guess it's what is it called? It's this, he bought parts of the largest sheep in the world, the Marco Polo Argali sheep from Kyrgyzstan, and he didn't declare it an importation. So like, it's like, this is like a whole scheme. This is like a decade long scheme of him like smuggling in these sheep parts to breed these things. Cause he sent the genetic material off to a lab and like paid the lab to produce like embryos from the genetic material. Like, man, like what the fuck? Like when I was a kid, I thought we'd have dinosaurs. You know, all of this stuff, like get all this, and you just get sheep.
Well, not enough mosquitoes and sap, right?
Just get more fucking. You get giant sheep. I'm like, why can't we just have fucking dinosaurs?
How long until this? How long until this guy's going Dr. Monroe though?
Just,
right? And you get sheeple.
Yeah, it's got sheeple
running around. That's why he got shot. Yeah.
So I guess he illegally obtained genetic material from wild hunted Rocky Mountain bighorn sheep, which is violating a Montana law that you can't sell game animal parts without the state prohibiting within the state, and then prohibiting the use of Montana game animals on alternative livestock ranches. So he's broken a whole bunch of fucking laws, but this guy's like, yeah, he was going to create a massive hybrid sheep species to be sold and hunted as trophies. And
listen,
so
I honestly, I have no problem with people playing God for cool shit like that. Like, that's cool. You're like making some hybrid sheep. What's the problem with that? You tell me.
It
starts with sheep.
Thing.
Yeah, that's the problem. It starts with sheep.
You get a taste of that power, and you're like, holy, I could reshape society in my image.
Dr. Monroe.
What did he call the fucking? Here he goes. The Department of Justice. Let's see. They sent genetic material from Marco Polo sheep parts to a lab to create cloned embryos that he implanted and used on his ranch, resulting in a single pure genetic male Marco Polo Argali that he named Montana Mountain King.
Why are they called Marco Polo sheep? Is because they're easy to find? Like,
probably because they're fucking huge. How big are these things? Does it say how big they are?
These Marco Polo sheep, let's see, full grown average Marco Polo can weigh over 300 pounds, with horns that can be 5 feet long.
Boys, this is the answer to the fucking bebop pigs.
Yeah.
Let's make an army of these fucking sheeps to fight the fucking
Hogzillas.
Oh my God. What's that show, Dan, with the cartoons of the farm animals that have like weapons? Bazookas and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. Yes. That was a lie. They had a toy.
Because there was a sheep.
Right. And they made a bunch of toys. I think it was made to sell those toys. And I can't remember what they were called though. Was it Barnyard Commandos or something?
Barnyard Commandos? There's no fucking way. That's what it's
That's
called.
Not what it's called.
Barnyard Commandos. Dan, you're just no never-ending resource
way.
That's
for
not
random information. That's it.
Oh my God.
That's the actual name.
Dan, you're the fucking man, dude.
This is
I knew you'd know.
I did it. I was like,
this is really unbelievable. I think I just like, if I had a line of farm themed animals, like if I'm farm themed war animals, I'd call them Barnyard Commandos. Like, damn, I'm missing out. I should have been making toys in the 80s? Or was that early 90s?
It's 90s. This is our generation.
I should have been making toys in the early 90s.
Barnyard Commandos. These guys are animals. Wow. Phenomenal work.
This isn't your regular animal farm.
God damn.
But I don't know. It's like, this guy like creating these giant sheep. I was just like, that's fucking
Private
crazy.
Side of Bacon.
Yeah, they had pretty good. I remember them having pretty funny names.
That's great.
They had like catapults and stuff you like put on top of them. Like,
Sergeant Wooly Pullover.
Do you remember the like you go to Burger King? You used to get like the bracelets. That's what I fucking remember, right?
Yeah.
Commodore fleece cardigan. We got Major Legger mutton. Pilot Fluff Pendleton. These guys are great.
Awesome. It's funny. So my kid cracked into one of my old bins of toys, and his favorite toys so far have been the Street Sharks. I got a couple Street Sharks.
They just re-released some of those.
Well, so that's the best part. So he's obsessed with the Street Sharks, and now I found the cartoon on Tubi, so he's been watching it and stuff. And now you ask him what he wants for his birthday, and says, "I want Street Sharks."
Yeah, well, they got those.
So you fire up the computer. I'm like, well, how much could they be? Like vintage Street Sharks, they want like $100 a piece for old shoot-on toys. And then all out of nowhere, they're just like, we're releasing the entire original line.
Yeah, they're bringing them all back.
So I'm like, fucking perfect.
What a weird.
Gonna save me a huge.
What a
amount
weird
of
fucking. What a weird thing to like bring back.
Street
Yeah, because
Sharks?
like it was
Street
like I fucking lied. I loved it when I was a kid.
Yeah, but that exactly. And all of us are the ones that have money now.
Bringing back I thought there was talking about bringing back the show.
Biker Mice from Mars was coming back.
Dude, the show Street Sharks, holy fuck.
Yeah, it's terrible.
This is a weird show. And
It's
it was
so
really
bad. It might be the worst.
Yeah, because
it
was so bad. It only came out on Sundays, where they put the shitty cartoons on Sunday mornings.
Yeah, if he's not, listen, if your cartoon's not playing on Saturday morning, you can fuck off.
If it's Sunday morning,
it's not good.
No,
like even fucking X-Men, which was played in the wrong order, made Saturday fucking Fox Kids lineup, and it was awesome. We still liked it. We didn't know what the fuck was going on. The storylines never made sense.
Dude, I watched that fucking Spider-Man Wolverine crossover episode like 100 times.
Yeah, but that's not on X-Men. That was on Spider-Man.
Yeah, I felt like that was the one I saw
animated
all the time. They were like, this is a highlight episode. Just keep playing it. It's gold, baby.
They just Disney just fired the guy who like headed up. Then they just fire the dude who
X-Men 97.
Yeah, then they fired.
It looks good though.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
Well, it's because he didn't make Rogue thick enough.
Or he made her too thick. Buddy. Like, hey, listen.
No, not thick enough.
They toned it down.
What? Really?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they fucked with our childhood.
She's not double cheeked up anymore.
No, listen. I mean, if anything, they like super like hyper corrected from Pixar because every single Pixar mom had a dump truck on her. Yeah. So like, we got to fucking tone it down.
Way down. 2x4.
Too far in the other. Yeah, reactionary.
Not good.
All the way back.
Not great. Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Just
a little bit disappointed.
Super sad.
What an X-Man can't get into the gym and get a boob job now? Is that against the law?
Well, no, we're not talking about boob jobs.
Oh, she's still stacked?
Maybe, but we're talking.
I know. I'm saying.
Talk about the thickness.
Yeah. So, but they
get down. Come on, get down with the thickness.
That's the problem. Like, listen, if you're gonna remake a cartoon from the 90s, like I'm talking from the dude in the wheelchair, like Professor X on, everyone's got to be fucking jacked because in the cartoons and comics in the 90s.
Yeah,
just like bystanders are like, "Fuck, what can we do for you?"
They were out of control. I think I ever saw an article. It was like worst '90s redesigns, and like the legendary that one. Fuck, what's that artist?
Rob Lowe. Is that the guy? Rob Lowe, Captain America side
Captain
profile.
America is it's like his chest is like out and like tilted like 40 degrees to to the side. Fucking it's terrible.
What's his? What's his?
No, I don't. I know what you're talking about. It's a really, really weird looking Captain America. That like Charles Xavier must have been using his mind powers to do the leg press because that guy had fucking quads on him and he can't even use his legs. Right? He was toned up. That guy, just a brick shit house.
Rob Liefeld.
Charles Xavier had his mind, but let me tell you, he got close enough, got those fucking mitts on you, you're toast. He'd pull you in half.
No, but dude, do you remember when they like showed Professor X without his like shirt on and stuff in that cartoon? He was fucking
didn't
huge.
he go to the Savage Land and he was like,
he was jacked. Every character was fucking jacked. But I remember like that Rob Liefeld. I remember when I was a kid because he was one of the guys that first like defected to Image,
right?
When they started it, and his big thing was like his drawings just like anatomically never made any sense.
Tiny waist and just like.
But he had no training. Just like that's the thing. Is like he was completely self-taught in all his fucking skills, and it's like he's the type of guy like he would never have like hands or feet. And he was fucking
like their bodily
things because he couldn't draw
all out of whack, and you're just like, what in the fuck is happening? His characters are all just like maxed out huge, and you're just like, I don't Like you took the character creation slider and like broke it. Like you like pushed it off the screen.
As a kid though, I'm here for it, buddy. I mean, like make them all just.
I mean, you go
you
back in some of those, and you're just like, holy fuck! Like,
listen, if you're gonna get body proportions wrong on one character, it should be the original fucking juicer, Captain America. Like he's the first guy to get on.
He is the OG.
We know
OG juicer.
He's the OG of fucking.
What did
steroids.
they do to our girl?
Or fucking Cable, when Cable was just like,
oh.
I always remember Cable being like
Cable
just
first, too.
huge, just being like the biggest motherfucker.
And the pouches.
Yeah.
And the fucking random pouches
just
everywhere.
Huge ass guns that are like absurdly huge, you know? And it's like, I remember, didn't they bring him onto the show and he just had like a little tiny gun? And I was like, wait, doesn't Cable have like fucking huge guns like all the time?
I know, it's bullshit.
I was like, you just had like a tiny little gun and you're just like, where the fuck is your giant like minivan size guns that you carry around?
When they got rid of fucking Bishop's Jerry curl.
Oh, yeah, they did.
That's a fucking killer. Like that was awesome. Got a mane on him.
It was glorious.
Yeah, it was.
So
awesome.
It was so good.
Yeah, I'm glad he's like. I think he's a main fixture in X-Men.
Listen, I'm just
cool,
I'm just like
been
they
such a cool
they got to start sexualizing kids' characters again because I can't stand for this.
Well, I know. Listen, the way you said that sounded weird. Not kids' characters.
Well, cartoons.
It's like, talking about
of adults.
Andrew's talking about
for adults.
Braden's talking about Prince Andrew, and he's talking about. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, Barnyard Commandos.
Can't sexualize those.
No.
I mean, I don't know, man.
Somebody's gonna take that as a challenge now.
Captain Hog Wild.
Don't send me links, please. Don't send us links of people sexualizing Barnyard Commandos. Please don't. I won't open them.
Oh, I'm sure it's been done. Oh my god. I wish I could send this to you guys. Right? They got. Remember that fucking shitty picture of Elon Musk with his shirt off?
Oh yeah,
on that yacht. They have that picture and they gave him Captain America's shield on the side profile. It's fucking amazing.
They're like, he's real.
Oh, I gotta try and send that to the group. Oh, that's fucking funny.
I can't believe it. Yeah, it's just like,
I mean, the proportions work.
He is quite like he has.
It is a weird. Shape. That is a weird photo of like a weird body proportion thing.
Well, because that's probably what happens when you use a bunch of gear and you don't work out.
Yeah. Is that like what it is?
Oh yeah. You see, I remember when I used to go to commercial gyms, you'd see those guys all the time.
Yeah, they're usually wearing gloves.
Why can't he just be like the other millionaire guy?
Yes, you're right. You nailed that.
You can always tell them they're wearing gloves at the gym. You're like, holy, chill out.
Well, Bezos puts in time though. That's the thing. Bezos, like he trains hard.
Yeah, but what about that other guy who like steals his son's blood or whatever and then like injects it into himself or whatever? Like flushes out his own blood with his son's blood and then works out a whole bunch and has crazy diets.
Really funny. So apparently that guy is is
he dying yet?
Well, that's got to be.
Apparently he dumps, I don't know, like an obscene amount of money into like de-aging himself and reversing his age clock, right?
Yeah.
And I guess apparently like they have this like there's an app where everybody's like competing to de-age themselves. And this random like dude that dumped in a fraction of the amount of money that this guy has is like beating him right now. And I'm like, this is how supervillains are created.
Ryan Johnson.
You need to stop.
That's his name. The millionaire.
That's the guy's name.
The tech millionaire.
Yeah.
He's 46 years old. And you know what's funny? They're like, they always talk about him, like they show pictures of him and stuff. And I'm like, I'm actually surprised to hear he's 46 because I think he looks worse. Like face wise.
He's a hard 37.
You know what I mean? Like
a rough 38 or something.
Well, it's just like fucking when you saw the chicks from Friends when they got all that work done. Like, you're like, whoa. Or Madonna.
Oh,
like, remember Madonna? Oh, that guy looks like a serial killer. That looks like Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, so he's losing a woman spending $108 a month is beating the millionaire at anti-aging.
Oh.
But like he's like yeah, sure, he's jacked.
Ooh, what's going on in the top left there? That's
yeah.
Are those the people whose essence
isn't that like his son,
stealing?
One of his son, and that might be his son.
Can I tell you what I really think? I think he's a time traveler.
Really?
And that's just him. That's
him.
That's a picture.
We got a Looper situation going on here.
Yeah. That's it. We got a time traveler's wife situation going on here. You ever see that movie?
Or maybe that's just like the 3 stages of him, right? Like that's before he started all this shit.
Oh yeah.
Have you guys ever seen that movie? I know it was a book, but I know probably neither of you.
What
the Time Traveler's Wife?
No.
This girl marries a time traveler.
Sounds terrible.
And like he can't control it.
Stupid
So he just
decision,
randomly like shows up, randomly, like disappears. And like halfway through the movie, he actually runs into himself. And then like, so he's like, he time travels to the point where he is, and he's talking with himself. And they're sitting in the car, and he's just like, "Wanna give this a go?" And he fucking gives himself a BJ.
Oh, okay.
He's like, "It's me.
What?
You're me." I was like, "I don't know, dude. That's a tough sell."
That's so weird. It's still a fucking.
Like, I'm just, I don't like. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
You still gotta do it.
That's my thing. It's like,
I don't know.
How is future self? I'm gonna lose because that's the thing. Like you're torn because if you're sitting there, okay, if you're sitting in your car and future you shows up, right, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, you gotta then be like, you're sitting there, he's like,
well, which one does it? Future
you
or
both
past
the problem?
Because future you's got to live with that. Past you, I guess past you does too.
Has to go like, oh my god. I'm gonna end up doing this.
Well, yeah, and then like think about how it just like derails future you. Future you just becomes like, because you're gonna like so
like the guilt on that one,
right?
Nothing sounds.
Yeah, you can't delete that browser history, buddy. Like that's not going away.
There's no difference of who does it, past you or future you. You both suffering the repercussions of that one. Because future you's future you has to knowingly get in that fucking car. If past you's the one doing it, you have to be like, well, it's time.
It's not like clone you.
Clone you. That's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Different people.
You can just,
different people.
Yeah. Clone you is different.
People.
Future you? It's fucking weird.
Because then you have to make a conscious decision. You're like, I know what happens in this car.
You know what, though? I do applaud the self-confidence, though, to be that attracted to yourself.
Who's broaching the subject?
That's a good point too.
Which one of us does this? And future's like, well, I know you do. I'll tell you from firsthand experience.
Could future you, like, you know what I mean? Like, does this be like a Me Too future you? Like, he's like, no, listen, just let me do it. You'll like it. Believe me, I know who knows what you like more than I do.
Yeah.
You know? And then past you's like, well,
I guess
like,
so.
Right? You know, like this is.
It was a weird movie. I remember watching this movie and I was like, someone wrote this in a book.
Who's in it?
And then,
who's in it?
Eric Bana, old Hulk.
Eric Bana blows Eric Bana in that movie?
Yeah.
Oh, it's weird.
Hulk blows Hulk.
Yeah. Kind of Hector of Troy.
I think it's Eric Bana.
Blows Hector of Troy.
And
that movie. What's the movie with the Olympics? That was badass movie. He's fucking gangster in that movie. Oh,
he was
Black Hawk Down.
Well, he was the best part of Troy. I hated that movie.
Dude, he's such a badass and
Troy. I liked him
Black Hawk Down. Who's he in Black Hawk Down again? What's his character's name? He's the guy at the end that's just like when everybody's going home and he's like, well, I think I'm gonna stay. You know, I haven't seen enough fucking.
Yeah, can't get any worse.
Dude, he's such a badass.
Speaking of movies, so apparently that I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers for that Sasquatch Sunset.
I saw the teaser trailer. I haven't seen the real trailer yet.
It's getting like ridiculously good reviews.
Really?
Like people have seen it. They're like, it's 10 out of 10. They're like, it is hilarious, but also a wonderful piece of experimental cinema where it's like Jesse Eisenberg as a Sasquatch. Who else? I can't remember who stars inside him. It's like three other people, and they're a family of Sasquatch. It's called Sasquatch Sunset. I don't think it hasn't come out like full release in theaters yet, and it's not streaming yet, but it sounds pretty great. It's just like, it's a family of Sasquatches, and there's no talking in the movie. Like, I think there's no dialogue. It's one of those movies where there's no dialogue, and it's just them like doing Sasquatch stuff, and people are like, it's amazing. Like it's hilarious, and people are saying emotional somehow. I don't know, but it sounds pretty great. Like just Jesse Eisenberg, like all fucking Sasquatched up in like latex makeup, costume, and just, you know, just weird stuff.
Okay, let me read. I was kind of curious because it's getting pretty good reviews, and so I just pulled up a couple bad reviews. And I'm just telling you, like, I'm about to read this review from this absolute prick, because who writes like this? Any narrative just meanders, while stabs at the pathos are undercut by how ludicrous OTT the scatology is. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck you're saying, you fucking dork. And then he gives it a 2 out of 5. I'm like, what does that mean? Dan, you're smart. Break that down for me. Any narrative.
Wait, what does he say?
Any narrative.
OTT scatology.
So he goes, any narrative just meanders.
Right.
While stabs at pathos are undercut by how ludicrously capital O, capital T, so ought the scatology is.
So scatology is like poop. Like, I know that's like, like
studying scat.
Studying poop.
I know all about it because I watched Alone.
I think he said pathos is usually like, it's like emotions.
So stabs at emotions are undercut by how about the poop jokes. So it's like, I don't know what OTT means. Out of so any shot at emotion is undercut by the poop jokes. Is that what is it? Like, say that.
This is the same. I don't know. All the good reviews are saying like, no, they're funny.
Yeah. Over the top, Dan.
Over the top. Is that what it means?
Over the top. Yeah.
Over the top.
Starring Sylvester Stallone.
We're just bringing up cool slide movies now. What was?
No, I just say over the top. That's what it stands for. But that's the same as the movie.
Yeah, you know what? I've never won an arm wrestle with that.
I'm not sure in that context it's the same.
Yeah.
Do you know I've never won an arm wrestle with that? I've used that technique.
Does not surprise me. I would assume that you've never won an arm wrestle.
No,
in your
never.
Life.
Every time I go for,
did you try turning your hat? Backwards?
And then I try to go for the over the top, but in the time it takes me to try to get the look and the adjust, I get my hand slammed onto the table, and I'm like, how does he do it?
Okay.
Well, but now with Roman, I think if you got Roman, it's a different story. You need your son.
Just get embarrassed in front of my son.
Yeah.
Dad, you can do it. Like, okay. Here.
Take him out. Take him outside.
Back to the rig. It's fucking ridiculous.
I don't know. I want to see that movie.
When does it come out? April 19th.
I don't know. April 19th.
Yeah. Really, the only real big name is Jesse Eisenberg.
Who else is in it? So there's
nobody. Nathan Zellner.
Is there?
I don't know. I don't know who that is. George Rush. I don't know. I don't know any of those people.
At first, when I heard about it, I thought it was like a documentary, so it was going to be like people like narrating it. But I guess there's no talking. Like, I guess it's just no dialogue. I'm not sure if there's like a narrative, like a narration, like a documentary.
No, this is
narration.
This is fucking soft disclosure. They're just prepping us for the fucking inevitable Bigfoot disclosure that's coming out.
Yeah.
When they introduce at the premiere of this movie, they're gonna walk out Bigfoot.
I can honestly, I mean, just the trailers alone, it's like, I'm like, yeah, this looks hilarious. Like, you're just like, Sasquatch is just doing Sasquatch stuff. And I'm just like, this is really funny. Just this idea is pretty good.
Really, it's a real niche, like a niche. But I mean,
it seems really strange. And then I don't know. I mean, I guess Jesse Eisenberg does a lot of stuff. So I'm not.
What a fault. Well, I mean, like, I don't want to say because I haven't seen it, but like, this guy was fucking in big movies.
Yeah,
I think he did something to fucking sabotage his career.
Who, Eisenberg?
He probably refused to do the humiliation ritual, and so now he's doing it by doing this.
Oh, yes.
Doing this with the like, listen, you got to do the silent Sasquatch movie. You want back?
He does a whole, but he's done so much stuff that's like, yeah, he's done really good stuff, and then he's done like really weird, shitty stuff. Like he did that one movie where he was a guy who was like, when he smoked marijuana, he became like Jason Bourne, like whatever fucking movie that was. I can't remember.
Something Ultra.
Yeah. Something Ultra, and he was like.
American Ultra.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. I like that movie.
And it was like,
I never saw it.
There was that one. What else did he do? Did he do a couple like art house kind of funky movies he was in?
I don't know.
And then
he's Lex Luthor. I remember that.
Lex Luthor. But he's like, he's been in like big movies, and then he's also just like,
what's that stupid magician movie?
Stupid one? Oh, you catch me if you know. Yeah.
Oh,
it was like Ocean's 11 Magicians or something.
Now you see me. Was it Now You See Me?
Yeah.
Now You See Me? Is that one? I like that movie. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I never saw it.
I thought it was kind of fun.
Judge it. I just thought it looked.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
Isn't there? There's a sequel too. I think. Yeah. I kind of like that one. That was.
Zombieland.
Yeah, he was in Zombieland.
Like,
he does a bunch of. I think he just does a bunch of movies, and I think he just does whatever he feels like doing, which is a good way to do it. I think. Yeah. You know. And like somebody came out and said, "Hey, we want you to dress up like Sasquatch and do this movie." And he's probably like, "Yeah,
He's
sure,
like,
okay."
You had me at dress up.
Like, yeah, yeah, monkey costume.
Andrew, I wanted to. I kind of want to ask Sel's opinion too, because we had a caller on the last live. We took a call, and this guy enlightened Dan and I, where he talks about the Kelly Hopkinsville UFO encounters. Remember the little green goblins?
Yep. This green goblin.
So he goes,
yep.
If they live in caves, because that's all the accounts is they went back and they were like into the caves. Would those not?
Well, nothing says that
would they not be cryptids?
Nothing says that they go up in a UFO.
Right?
Yeah. We talked about the fact that they don't really sound like aliens. We talked about how they look like goblins.
Yeah, and he's like this is a cryptid encounter. I was like, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Not UFO.
I'm on that.
So
yeah, it doesn't take much to convince me. Be like, yeah, you could classify those as cryptids. Like,
oh yeah. Well, there was no craft, right?
No,
they didn't see a craft.
I don't think
they marched back into the cave.
With that one. They just kind of disappeared, off into the woods, and you're like, those guys are out there.
They were the scariest, I think.
Fucking creepy little fucks.
Honestly, like fucking scary a little bit, like leprechauns.
I think I remember reading about that encounter when I was little.
Didn't they punt them or something like across the sky too? Like they would just like.
They would just float. Like, they would just
like
jump up and down. I think I remember like they were hitting the ground. Was that the one when they're hitting the ground with sticks or something outside? Like, dude,
they're on the roof.
That was always like my biggest fear as a kid, like walking past like the back door into the backyard, like glass thing at night. And I'd be like, one of these days I'm gonna look out there and one of those little fucks is gonna be standing there. And I'm like, no, I gotta freak out.
Oh man.
Always had to close the
blinds. Grew up in the we were a big kidnap family. Like everything was always like Oprah and shit.
Oh yeah.
Sally Jessica Raphael or whatever.
It's 10 o'clock.
Always about getting. I was so scared of getting kidnapped, and I almost did.
You almost got kidnapped?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
100%. Yeah.
When
did you tell us that?
Yeah.
At Toys and Wheels at Orchard Park Mall, somebody I was like left my mom to go to Toys and Wheels. Some guy like scooped me up and just started walking like away, and I like squirmed the fuck out of his arms and ran. Terrifying.
It was probably your dad trying to get a visit.
It's probably Prince Andrew.
Oh yeah.
Well, Bernie's like, oh shit.
Explains how I got away so easily.
That guy's got some death grip. You wouldn't have got away from him. Yeah, turn the wrench all the time. Oh, he would have had a grip on you. There's no chance. That's fucking creepy. One of Jamie's uncles, I've been trying to get him to like share his story because he lives out in Tassus, and I can't really see it. Tassus, because I can't say the name, but he has a UFO account of seeing orbs, like silver orbs and stuff. And I'm like, man, I want him to call. I want him to share the story. I'm working on him. He's like, nah, not doing it. Anybody's a fan of the show, so he's gonna hear this, and I'm talking about you, and I want you to. You want that shirt? He really wants a shirt. I'm like, you want that shirt?
Yeah.
Trade you.
Gotta earn it. Yeah.
Gotta trade you. Yeah, it's lots of anything else before we wrap up this power hour?
No. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening. We missed the live stream, but we wanted to keep the streak going, so we recorded this quick little power hour for everyone. Had some just some good news I had to attend to very quickly, and I'll share it more when everything's finalized with everyone. But thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to support the show, patreon.com/Alien Theorists podcast. You get access to hundreds of hours of bonus content. Or if you like listening to the lives, you want to hop on a live stream and hang out, join Patreon at the tier that gets you on the show. You can jump on and come be part of the show.
You can give us just a little bit. You like the minimum amount, you get access at least like to all like extra content. Plus, you get access to our Discord, which is probably like one of the best bang for your buck that you could get. Bunch of like always fun stuff going on there. Like I pop in every now and then with just conversations that I'm like, what the fuck even happened here? Like, I'm like, what are these people talking about?
You can add us and you summon us like a genie into any conversation. Zero contact.
Message us whenever.
Or you don't tag us in something, but you're talking about us.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
And we catch you. And we start commenting.
And
we read everything.
And as we always say at the end of these things, keep those eyes on the sky.